Welcome to another edition of CWL Universe. Make sure to check us out on Twitch, twitch.tv/KirbyCWL for more of your favorite content. The description will have the link below, and I hope to see you there. Enjoy the show.
The treasure will be suspended above the ring, and 12 competitors will be vying for the ultimate prize. Inside, a one-way ticket to stardom that can be used at any time of the holder's choosing for up to 1 year. But atop the mountain stands a new wave of threats to the champions. The Mad Prince will be locked inside a cage with an Iceman, an individual who has become someone we haven't seen before, and this time might be the night. A battle between styles as the Shoot Fighter Princess fights the dominant and resourceful Nemesis Champion in Selena Adams. All it takes is one shot. We could have ourselves a new champion. Another ideological showdown takes place as the capitalist Star Gemma LLC fights the dogs that bit the hand that fed them. The highwaymen are standing for their beliefs and for themselves. But will it be enough to take down the machine and eat the rich? That's just a taste of what we bring to the stage here in Buffalo, New York, as we emanate live from what we promise to be an unforgettable night. Ladies and gentlemen, this is Gold in the Bank.
We are live from Buffalo, New York with Gold in the Bank, CWL's first dual-branded pay-per-view of the season. I'm Alexander Trishal. I am joined by our chairman for this esteemed event. And chairman, before we get into our pro wrestling action here, we've got a little bit of personal business to go through first, as Zach Anderson and Jake Eagle, they aren't here for a wrestling match. They aren't here for a part of tonight's proceedings. They are here for a fight, and it will be contested under MMA rules.
We literally have a cage set up outside somewhere. I don't even know where they went. It's a remote location, and Zach Anderson and Jake Eagle are literally going to beat the living hell out of each other. And quite frankly, this has been going on for quite a while, to where I will be surprised if there is no blood at all whatsoever.
Yes, as we see the two men getting ready here. And like you said, very remote location. No bright lights, no big stage. This isn't about all that. This is about proving who's the better man.
And what's interesting to point out here is that Jake Eagle actually has legitimate fighting experience. Not to say that what we do here in the ring isn't legitimate, but he's actually an Olympian. An Olympian! You don't do that by accident.
Not at all, no. But we also know that Zach Anderson has his own striking ability to combat Jake Eagle's wrestling just proficiency. So it's going to be interesting to see which one comes out top, as we're seeing both of them trading strikes, but you've got to feel if this one goes down to the dirt, Jake Eagle's going to have a hell of an advantage.
Absolutely. He is an amateur wrestler through and through. And as you can see right here, we've got the clock. We've got 3 minutes on the clock per round. And it's going to be MMA rules. It's knockout, submission, or judge's decision. But you know for a fact that these two do not want to make it go to a judge's decision. As right here, Jake Eagle, just with those knees connecting to the face of Zach Anderson.
Showing that he can go bomb for bomb with Zach as well, but I feel like he does not want to get into a boxing match with Anderson as this fight goes on. We saw earlier, the only other time that we've had this sort of MMA-style cage fight was Danielle Wright versus Yui Nishimura. We saw that end in the first round from just a stray kick by Nishimura. We could see a similar fate befall one of these two men, as both just trying to create a little bit of distance.
Absolutely, and look at the striking here from Jake Eagle. Absolutely crisp. Not something that I would expect to see from somebody that is more used to grappling rather than striking. But Zach Anderson holding his own, and it could all end literally with just one midnight elbow here.
Absolutely, but again, Jake Eagle doing a good job of keeping his distance from Zach Anderson, looking maybe to tire out the striker so that when he gets him to the ground, he's got a bit of an easier time. Zach trying to close that distance with some jabs.
And what's going to be more interesting to note about here, Alex, is going to be how much they spend their energy with the time allotted. You know, usually in MMA, these athletes try and spend their time in the cage, but don't expend all their energy in one round, because then they have 1 minute to rest, but then they got to go a whole other round. So maybe this is because they're not used to this kind of environment. Oh, look at that, a double head kick, but I think Zach Anderson got the best of it. And, you know, they may not want to expend all their energy in one shot.
I mean, in the Olympics, you don't get kicked in the head, but Jake Eagle's showing he can throw some tags as well. And we begin to see the welts. I think you can see the face of Jake Eagle getting a little bit redder. Zach Anderson definitely hasn't come out of this round clean, but we're only 20 seconds away from this round being over, Jim. And I'm going to be honest, neither man has made a significant advantage yet. It's going to be interesting to see how this one goes into the later rounds.
You know, usually when you're watching an MMA round, you always want to judge it a little bit early. So with that said, with 5 seconds left to go on the clock here, Alex, who do you think took round number 1?
You know, I've got to be honest, Jake Eagle, we see him getting the last tag in there. You know, I've got to say, Jake Eagle definitely landed some heavy bombs, showed he could go strike for strike with Anderson. I've got to give the round to him.
I would actually agree. I think Jake Eagle did a fantastic job there of not only closing the distance, but connecting with shots. If they weren't to the face, they were definitely to the body. And I saw him checking kicks. I saw him blocking shots all over. And now here we go with beginning round number 2. 3 minutes on the clock once again. And those body shots, the body kicks from Jake Eagle seem to be connecting at every go-round here.
Absolutely. And it's good. But like I said, this is a fight of a bit of a fight of attrition here. We've seen Jake Eagle trying to maybe just wear down Zach Anderson. You've got to feel, as we get later to the rounds, as he goes into the clinch, Zach able to escape. As the fight goes on, the easier it's going to be for Jake Eagle to grapple Zach Anderson.
Oh, look at that. Gets him down to the ground. Those body shots are doing tremendous damage right now. I literally just saw like 5 connect back to back. Zach Anderson needs to do a better job of covering that body up.
Absolutely. Oh, went for the spinning back fist there, but it's just a big kick stopping him in his tracks. We're seeing Zach Anderson trying to get in and do his striking, but Jake Eagle, like I've been saying all fight, has just been keeping him at a distance with those leg kicks.
Now both men just trying to measure each other here, but I honestly think this is about to be 2 rounds to 0 in the side of Jake Eagle, as he's just connecting with those nasty body shots, and maybe he's just trying to find an opening to wrestle down Zach Anderson. But look at this.
We saw him shoot for the takedown there, and Zach immediately caught him with the punch. Jake Eagle getting a little bit too hasty, going for that double leg, and now Zach making him pay.
Zach Anderson now, though, trying to go up high with the 1-1-2. As now both men just keeping their distance here. Very, very smart. Maybe catching their breaths. Not entirely sure what's going on here. As Jake Eagle tried to go for a high kick, but it misses.
I mean, it could be showing that Zach Anderson is getting a little winded. Jake Eagle doesn't want to let Zach get in to strike anytime soon, as we're seeing him get rocked by those heavy hits.
Oh, that Superman punch, it didn't really connect, but that low kick definitely did some damage. You saw Jake Eagle kind of stumble there, and it looks like Zach Anderson may be coming back.
Absolutely. Zach Anderson, he's been able to close the gap, and when he has been absolutely dangerous with those strikes, and now goes into the clinch, the big Muay Thai knees, but Jake goes for the takedown, and again gets caught with the punch. Zach has had a counter for that takedown every step of the way.
Beautiful connection from that uppercut, as you mentioned, as Jake Eagle was coming in. That could be his downfall if he is not careful. He could get caught. And as we know here in a fight like this, all it takes is one shot, and that could be lights out.
As now with this round coming to a close, Zach, you got to feel maybe just wanted to add a little bit more, proving that he won the round. As now goes into clinch once again, Jake trying to get some last minute shots in. But it looks like this round is gonna go to the full time. The back fist finally connects. Jake Eagle's rocked, but he's saved by the bell. Zach has been going for that back fist all fight. He finally lands it, and it absolutely rocks Jake Eagle.
But you saw that replay right there, Alex. It was not just the back fist. It was also followed up right there by that left hook. It was a left hook spinning back fist combination that absolutely just destroyed Jake Eagle. But as you mentioned, got saved by the bell.
Saved by the bell. We'll now go into a third round. And I've got to say, I've seen a lot of MMA this time. I've not seen it in the backyard before, but I mean, hey, these guys wanted to fight anywhere they could, and now they are doing just that as Zach Anderson with a flurry to start.
But he gets caught right there as he was coming in by Jake Eagle. And again, this was entirely personal from the get-go. Zach Anderson, according to the Vices, betrayed them at Endgame when he switched sides over to the Kingsman. And Jake Eagle really trusted the guy. He really treated him like a friend. So he feels like he was really betrayed by one of his friends. And I feel he may be a little justified, but if we look at the other side of the coin, the Vices aren't saints either.
I think the only thing getting betrayed right now is the guard of Zach Anderson. He has not been able to block these shots, and Jake Eagle has just been peppering him since the round started. He knew that he was in a dangerous spot when the time expired in round 2, and he has been making up for it in a big way, but Zach firing back with a couple shots, and now in the clinch, trying to get the takedown. If he gets it here, Zach is in a bad way, but Jake instead backs him up to the cage.
Oh, that uppercut right there by Jake Eagle didn't really connect, but Zach Anderson's now starting to find a rhythm as he not only managed to slip that left hand, but also catches the right leg. And now look at this. Zach Anderson sending a message to Jake Eagle that he's still got a lot of energy left.
Yeah, back him up in the cage after catching that kick. Zach Anderson just feeling a certain kind of way here. But Jake Eagle pushing the advantage, gets into the clinch. Big overhand right, followed by a hook, not quite able to get it. And now goes for the kick. Does Anderson, Jake not able to check it. Jake Eagle needs to come up with something big here because Zach Anderson has been peppering him.
Oh, now look at that. Another body shot, but this time from Zach Anderson to Jake Eagle. Now, as we progress through this round, honestly, Alex, I think that Zach Anderson's starting to really take this, as it looks like Jake Eagle may be rocked. He's in a whole lot of trouble here. Zach Anderson is now starting to turn up the pressure.
Absolutely. We thought Jake Eagle would be the one to have the advantage as the rounds go on, but Zach Anderson showing that he has got a full gas tank right now, and Jake Eagle needs to do something major here to put it back into his ballpark as he's trying to take Zach Anderson to the ground, but Zach backs him up to the cage, and now laying in the strikes, Jake Eagle able to escape.
And these punches, honestly, are just connecting every single go-around for Jake Eagle. Honestly, I think Jake Eagle may have just saved himself right there. Oh, but look at this. A kick to the face right there, a front face kick. Beautiful form from Jake Eagle. We got 15 seconds left in this round.
Knockout could come at any moment. We saw the back fist again. Oh! The big hook. Jake Eagle's rocked. 10 seconds. He just needs to survive. 7 seconds. Catches him. Went for the Superman punch at Jake Eagle. Smacks Superman out of the sky. What a round for both competitors.
I have to ask, Alex, who do you think is winning this fight so far? We're 3 rounds in. We got 2 more to go, possibly. Who do you got?
No, we've seen Jake Eagle get knocked down more than Anderson, but we've also seen Jake Eagle show. Look,
you're all right, Alex. That's how big the action has been here, ladies and gentlemen. My broadcast partner here is absolutely choking, and not in a bad way.
Yeah, I'm the one choking, yet we've not seen Jake Eagle go to the crowd for any sort of chokehold. I think he's looking to beat Zach Anderson at his own game.
As here, look, we have Jake Eagle now. He's got Zach Anderson down. And now for a head kick, but Zach Anderson sees it coming and blocks it.
Got him rocked, and any big strike could be the one to do it as we are in the 4th round of this 5-round fight. And you've got to feel neither man wants this to go to full distance.
Absolutely not. Like I mentioned earlier, this is absolutely personal between these two. They're looking to knock the other out, or maybe even get them to submit, because that will be just a cherry on top to end this whole charade. Oh,
he crumpled him! crumbled him with the right hand, but not able to capitalize it. Jake Eagle back onto his feet.
I honestly thought he was out. He just completely crumbled in front of us.
And now Jake Eagle needs something big here because he gets knocked out again. Zach Anderson has Jake Eagle right where he wants him. Jake needs to go something big here. He needs to take this fight to the ground. He needs something as he's got him in the clinch up against the cage, but Zach blocking that punch from coming in.
This is dangerous for Jake Eagle. One more shot could do the trick as Zach Anderson's waiting for him to come in. And you can tell right now, Zach Anderson is just looking for that counter punch to put this one away. But is it going to be enough? The low kick, and there it is! There it is!
That's it! That's it! Zach Anderson knocks out with a huge right hand. Jake Eagle in the 4th round.
I am just amazed that Zach Anderson was able to pull that off, and I said it, he was waiting for that counter shot, and that overhand right got him right on the button. Look at that right there. My God.
Yeah, look at the neck just whipping back, and there we see him just sprawling out onto the dirt. Zach Anderson showing.
Winner of the match, Zach Anderson.
Showing his proficiency in MMA and showing that he is truly the better man. I still gotta ask, was that divorced dad's backyard?
Yeah, I mean, it could have absolutely been. Is he from Buffalo?
I don't know, but one thing I do know is that we've got a New York State native in Alexander defending the YouTube Championship against Dr. Wrestling Jr. in another match involving the Fatal Vices in the Kingsman. And you've got to feel that Alexander wants nothing more to keep this title, get a win on the Fatal Vices side, and bring back Ken Warlock.
That is exactly what he's been trying to do as of late, and he even pitted the Kingsmen against each other, did Alexander. Just 1 week ago, we found out that it was either going to be Dr. Wrestling Jr. or Alex Clark as the contenders for this very coveted championship, and to recapture the essence of when he won it, he had to defeat one of them after they defeated each other. Or at least that's what the legend says. I think Alexander just has a screw loose.
I mean, if you spend long enough around the dinosaurs and Raymondonian people and portals, I think everyone's probably lost a little bit of something on the Nemesis brand. But someone who has not lost a step, despite being in this company since Season 1 chairman, is Dr. Wrestling Jr. Always someone who could contend at any title, at any time, and be an absolute threat.
I have to completely agree. Honestly, I think the most shocking moment, and I don't say this in a bad way, in Dr. Wrestling Jr.'s career was last year at Merry Mayhem, when he not only won the Nemesis Championship after defeating 7 men in an elimination match, but also defending it immediately against Yamashita, who cashed in his Gold in the Bag contract. That was a feat of superhuman strength. And how in the hell is Alexander going to be able to compete against that?
You know, that's a very good question. You know, we've seen Dr. Wrestling Jr. do it all here in CWL. But tonight, it's not about winning titles. It's not about an accolade. It's about pride. It's about revenge. And it's about putting down the Fatal Vices once and for all and stopping any hope of Ken Warlock coming back.
But, again, Alex, do you really, honestly, believe that Alexander can actually summon Ken Warlock back? Is that even a thing? Do we even know Ken Warlock isn't technically alive?
I mean this with all due respect, but have you seen some of the shit that goes on your show? If he said he could raise the dead, I'd believe him. We've had walking, talking dinosaurs over here, a space monkey, and whatever the Tin Man is on Genesis. I'm gonna have to talk to you about that one later. But what we do know is that Alexander, despite his possible delusions of grandeur, earned the YouTube title by beating Dave Graves 1-2-3 in the middle of the ring. And say what you will about him in terms of ego, in terms of the reasons why he holds that title. you can't deny that he is a world-class competitor.
I mean, he did graduate. He was actually the first graduate of the CWL Performance Center at the end of Season 2, if I'm not mistaken. And ever since then, he's failed to capture gold until he finally struck it here just a few weeks ago, defeating Dave Graves. If he manages to win here tonight, especially against Dr. Wrestling Jr., especially after everything that Dr. Wrestling Jr. has been put through, I think it really solidifies Alexander as one of the top-tier talent here on Nemesis.
I think as long as he holds that title, he's a top-tier talent here on Nemesis. They always say the people with the gold are the people that get paid the highest, and the people that get paid the highest are usually the best fighters. Alexander has proven time and time again he's one of the best Nemesis has, but now he has the gold to back it up. But will it be at Gold in the Bank that Alexander finds his gold bankrupt?
The following match is set for one fall and is for the YouTube Championship. Introducing first, the challenger, representing Kingsman, weighing 150 pounds, from Tijuana, Mexico, Dr. Wrestling Jr. And your champion, weighing 245 pounds, from New York City, your YouTube champion, the man known as Alexander.
Well, there he is, the YouTube champion, about to hand off that championship to the referee. And this one, as my colleague here said, is more than just a championship. It is about pride. It is about the Vices versus the Kingsmen, which apparently is not over against popular belief. And here we go, Alexander defending against Dr. Wrestling Jr. The bell has rung, and here we go.
This would get underway. Collarbone tie-up, and Dr. Wrestling Jr., you've got to feel normally someone who outpaces the competitor with his lucha style, but Alexander has shown, while he might not be as much of a high flyer as Dr. Wrestling Jr., he has the same amount of stamina as some of the luchadors that we see down in Mexico. The ability to do that high-paced, high-octane action for severe lengths of time, but also showing he can strike, and Dr. Wrestling Jr. showing he can strike right back.
As he sends him right over now, Dr. Wrestling Jr. making his way to the outside. And we got a 20 count here, Alex. And don't forget, if that 20 count does happen to go off, that means that Alexander will retain the championship regardless.
I mean, oh, huge slap to the chest. I mean, if whatever weird voodoo powers he needs to recharge the title and summon Ken Warlock, does it work by countout? Does it need to be a pinfall submission? If Alexander just gets Dr. Wrestling Jr. count out here, I mean, he could achieve his goal.
Oh, that nice elbow right there. Connected from Dr. Wrestling Jr., but Alexander's right back up to his feet as he's now trying to pick up Dr. Wrestling Jr. here, I believe. Or rather flipping over, now going after the arm.
Yeah, we know the arm source of his power is Dr. Wrestling Jr. as that apple a day, that fireman's carry cutter that has won him so many titles in the past. He needs that arm to perform it. You get rid of the arm, you get rid of the apple a day.
And that's a very dangerous weapon, as you mentioned. Alexander definitely wants to get rid of. It looks like he definitely came in here with a game plan, which is not something we're used to seeing from Alexander, honestly.
Yeah, for someone who used to call himself the General, he used to like to fly by the seat of his pants. But Dr. Wrestling Jr., he seems to come with a plan for it, but Dr. Wrestling Jr. showing that you're going to need more than just a plan and a couple fancy tricks to take him down as he goes to attack the arm again of Alexander, but only not even able to get a 1 count off of it.
I think the referee struggled to get into position there. I definitely counted a 1. but I'm not the official. I'm just here at ringside calling the action here with you.
As this one goes to the outside again, but Doc Vessa Jr. going up to the top. He is looking to risk it all for the YouTube title. A title he's held before, Chairman. As to the top, goes back into the ring, and Doc Vessa Jr. choosing to get off of the top rope. He wanted to take a risk, but didn't want to risk falling onto the apron. After all, that is the hardest part of the ring. Instead, choosing to attack the knee of Alexander.
And now she's got him a hold of him here, setting up on top of the ropes. Now just bouncing him back. Dr. Wrestling Jr. in full control of this matchup right now, and Alexander needs to try and get back in. Oh, there it is. That dropkick misses. And Alexander not going.
Neither man quite able to get a strike in on the other. As now, again, Dr. Wrestling Jr. has Alexander set up. Sunset Flip power bomb to the outside. And that could ruin the spine of Alexander, but he catches the elbow and desperately wants to bring this one back into the ring.
Let's now look at this here. Dr. Wrestling Jr. hooks a leg and just drives him down. Dr. Wrestling Jr. is on fire right now.
Yeah, now looking to prescribe Alexander with the healthiest move in all professional wrestling. The Patience moonsault into the cover for the YouTube Championship, but it's not enough.
That was a close call right there. And again, you know that Alexander did his homework coming into this matchup. He is going to have literally, I kid you not, possibly be killed in order to lose his championship. And now Alexander getting back in, rolls up Dr. Wrestling Jr., lifts him up. Look at the strength.
Good boy, German suplex there from Alexander. And now the tables have turned on the Doctor, as now the Revolution into the cover, hooks the far leg, and Alexander is not able to get things done.
Now both men have connected with one of their best shots in their arsenal. You know they got to start digging deep now. This is the deep waters that we talk about in championship matches. Whenever you get to this spot, no match is ever easy when you're trying to not only win a championship, but also retain a championship.
Absolutely not. And Dr. Wrestling Jr. is such a dangerous competitor because he could pull off any of his big offense from absolutely anywhere. The Patience moonsault, the apple a day, or he could be clearing off the operating table for some open heart surgery. He hits it! Covers, outside leg, new champion, no!
Looks like he's not done. It looks like he's not done.
Not done! Dr. Wrestling Jr. and apple a day keeps Ken Warlock away! Connects! And he's got to cover him to win the championship too! No!
How in the hell is Alexander kicking out of everything that Dr. Wrestling Jr. is throwing at him?
Oh, as he misses the big splash, you're right, absolutely everything so far. He's hit the Patience moonsault, he's hit absolutely everything in his arsenal, and Alexander not able to keep him down! Dr. Wrestling Jr. right back up to his feet!
There is no way that Dr. Wrestling Jr. just got up after all of that. As if there was nothing done, as now Alexander is getting fired up here. Look at the clothesline after clothesline as he gets back up to his feet himself. These two are not saying die at all.
So the Yorktown Facebuster connects to Doc, and that could finally be enough to do it. The Yorktown Facebuster in New York, but no. Doc, despite everything he's been through, he has not gone down, but Alexander is nothing but if insistent on keeping his title. Revolution connecting to keep the championship. 2-3, Alexander in an absolute barn burner puts away Dr. Wrestling Jr. and keeps a hold of that YouTube championship.
I'm literally out of my seat right now, Alex. That match was incredible. Regardless of what you think of the competitors here, that was incredible.
the winner of the match and still your YouTube champion, the man known as Alexander.
Alexander holds that title up high. I guess we'll have to find out next week on Nemesis what his plans for it and Ken Warlock truly are. I mean, so far this man has been a bit of an enigma. But speaking of enigmatic competitors, Johnny Gemini has chosen a bit of an interesting match here tonight, choosing not just to face Torcon, not just to face Samuel Black, but he wants to face both of them at the same time. Tornado tag rules. I mean, this is insanity.
It's stupid is what it is. Just call a spade. It's stupid. Why would you want to fight two giants like that at the exact same time?
The following handicap match is set for one fall. Introducing first, weighing 205 pounds, from Minneapolis, Minnesota, Johnny Gemini.
We see on his back, Johnny Gemini versus the world, and tonight it's certainly gonna feel like it in that ring, as you have two otherworldly monsters bearing down on you at any given time, but Johnny Gemini feels this is the only way to finally move past the Dark Breed. He is going to take out both of them at once, or die trying.
Honestly, we should be commending Johnny Gemini for, having the guts to be able to do something like this. But if it were any other men at the other side for this handicap match, it's a tough task. But the Dark Breed? Come on, that's insanity!
And his opponents, at a combined weight of 614 pounds, Torcon, Samuel Black, Dark Breed.
Making their way down to the ring. I mean, just look at these two. These two just scream just some bad dudes, man. I mean, you've got Samuel Black, someone who has torn through the Nemesis roster time and time again, and Torcon, the beast that took out 29 other men to win last season's battle for supremacy. I think only Broken Standard could match these two in levels of big boy brutality.
And even then, if we look at them two, they actually faced off at Endgame just 3 months ago. And the Broken Standard beat them. And that's not to say that this team is below the Broken Standard. That was a war. Literally, I'm surprised that the ring stood when we didn't reinforce it after they went to an absolute just war. But now, this is going to be chaos. I'm scared for Johnny Gemini. And look at that. Not even scared at all. He runs at the Dark Breed. And, well, here begins the mauling, I guess.
Wait a second. Though Gemini fighting back, trying to get something going here. Drop kick. But Samuel Black's right there. And that's the issue with these types of matches. We saw it on Nemesis, kind of. But this is like a triple threat match. The second you finally put down one competitor, there's one right there to hit you. But the difference is the other two competitors are on the same team.
And now we see Samuel Black picking up Johnny Gemini, but Johnny Gemini continuing to fight as he not only connects with that knee to the midsection, he connects with that leg drop over the back, but now, trying to go for the win, but Torcon right there to break it up immediately.
And if you notice that leg drop bulldog catching Samuel Black on the bottom rope, even monsters need to breathe, Chairman, and you've got to feel that definitely hindered Samuel Black, but this is going to do more than just hinder the breathing of Johnny Gemini. This might hinder his chances of, well, making it to retirement.
Now Toricon going into the cover here. Immediately one. Oh, but only a kick out of one. I don't know why Johnny Gemini didn't just take the loss there. Honestly, if I'm against these two giants, just take the L, man. Just take it.
I mean, he's someone who isn't going to back down. That's obvious, but you know, it's that old saying, got no one to hold them, no one to fold them. And right now for Gemini, it looks like it's folded time. But he dodges the lariat, causes the two to run into each other. But that's the issue, it's just both of them. Just takes one strike to knock out Johnny Gemini. And now Samuel Black, as if he needed any more help, goes to use the second rope, but Gemini kicks out a one.
Now look at this. Toricon immediately right there, back on the assault with the back body suplex. And honestly, how do you get out of this predicament, not only with no damage, but with a victory here, Alex?
I mean, Gemini's going to have to try and isolate one of them, but Samuel Black going for the cover might not even give him the chance, only a one count. He's going to have to try and isolate one of them somehow, get the other one out of the ring, do something to even this out a little bit, and then, as the other one's preoccupied, just take out the one in front of you as quick as possible. But that's a lot easier said than done.
Look at that, Samuel Black now just hanging up Johnny Gemini over the top rope as Toricon recovers. This is starting to get to the point where it's uncomfortable to watch. These two monsters are just tearing apart Johnny Gemini as much as he's trying to fight back.
Yeah, he's definitely giving it his all, but those glasses say witness on them, Chairman. And I think the only thing we're witness to right now is a mugging. Although Johnny Gemini, again, to his credit, fighting with everything he's got in him right now. The elbow shots to Black, but again, there's Toricon right there to pick up the pieces, and another backdrop suplex. Absolutely crushing Gemini.
It looked like Samuel Black there was trying to gear up for something, and that wild left hand connects from Johnny Gemini, but it's still not enough as the Dark Breed just continue to maul the other competitor.
As we see now, just twisting the neck of Johnny Gemini and just looking to beat him down. And referee has the chance to call this match to a stoppage if he should feel like it, but I don't know if Dark Breed would be all too appreciative of that.
At what point do you think the referee will actually say it's enough, though, Alex?
I mean, at the point when he thinks that Johnny Gemini's safety is more important than his own, because if he does call for the end, I think the referee might be next on the Dark Breed's hit list. As Samuel Black goes up top, big headbutt to the gut of Johnny Gemini.
And you saw there, Toricon was holding him in place with those punches to the forehead, and now the headbutt to the back, and now just throwing him aside. I don't know what else to say.
As now Gemini gets picked up, choke breaker to Gemini, and Samuel Black immediately picks him back up. Went for that spin out slam, but we're seeing Toricon wanting to do a bit more damage first.
Maybe perhaps a little bit of communication. Samuel Black saw the end of it, but Toricon set to continue the attack, as that looks like Johnny Gemini could be fighting back, but just as he's coming back, he is put down right back again.
And that's the issue we've seen all match. We've seen Johnny Gemini has so much fight in him, but there's only so much you could do when it's 2-on-1. As now Samuel Black putting him in the tree of woe, and both men driving their knee into the face and chest of Johnny Gemini, as now Toricon setting him back into the corner, looking to continue just the mugging here. And you've got to wonder if maybe Johnny Gemini looks to take this one possibly to the outside. Like I said, just trying to isolate one of them, but he might not even get the chance, as now, wait a second! Black gets caught into the complete shot by Gemini off the chokeslam attempt, but Toricon's right there! Exploded power slam! Covers him, and that is it! No, Gemini able to kick out!
What in the hell is Johnny Gemini made up that he's still fighting back after everything he's been through? No matter what the Dark Breed throws at him, he keeps getting back up.
Absolutely. And like I said, he said he's going to take down the Dark Breed or die trying. It's going to take a lot to keep this man down. We've seen the choke breaker already. It's going to take a bit more than that. As now Gemini trying to get up to his feet, but the drop kick sends him right back down. These two monsters are still looking fresh.
That's now Toricon. Oh God, I don't like the look of this here, Alex. Sends
Setting him
Gemini down through in the pounce.
And then Samuel Black rolls him over into the cover. That should do it, but Gemini somehow, someway gets that shoulder up.
Someone's got to put a stop to this.
I mean, listen, Chairman, if anyone's got the ability to do so, it's you, but the referee seemingly has no desire to do so right now, as we see Samuel Black with the that sit-out Uranagi, and that should do it mercifully. Why, Gemini? Why do you persist? Now, Gemini, big boot to the head, catches Black, and that could keep Black down for a bit. Wait a second, Toricon doesn't realize Gemini had the cover, but it's not enough. That might have been Gemini's best and only chance.
That could have been disastrous for the Dark Breed. If Johnny Gemini had been able to pull that off, I think Toricon thought that it was over. But now, Samuel Black awaiting Johnny Gemini to get back to his feet as Toricon now goes with the right hands. And this could be the last gasp effort here for Johnny Gemini, Alex.
As again, now this time sent straight into that turnbuckle shoulder first. As now just trying to get some distance, but Toricon's there with the elbows. And now, falling back suplex from Toricon.
Now here we
and
go.
Now
Samuel Black setting up Johnny Gemini in the middle rope. And now just driving him further into the rope. This is just torture for Johnny Gemini at this point. Courtesy of the Dark Breed.
Oh, wait a second. Gemini got Toricon off his feet. Now he just has to deal, though, with Samuel Black. And that's the thing, is that both these men are formidable opponents. And now this one's going to the outside.
Honestly, I'm going to say it. I'm impressed by Johnny Gemini here. I know he's a tough competitor. I know that he's always been one of the top people here on Nemesis. But the fact that he's gone this long with the Dark Breed is nothing short of impressive.
Absolutely, but we see another possible team up here. Choke breaker! Went for the clothesline, then Black a bit miscommunication. But Toricon puts him down anyway with the backdrop driver. And that could be enough to do it as Toricon. 1 second! The Dark Breed put away Gemini, but
The winner of the match, the team of Toricon, Samuel Black, Dark Breed.
Dark Breed put down Johnny Gemini for the 3 count. No one's going to deny that, but I'm not sure if you saw, Chairman, and we might have to do a replay later on Nemesis, but I think Johnny Gemini had a little bit of life in him and grabbed the rope.
Absolutely. I see it right here in front of us right now. They're showing us the replay. Johnny Gemini had the rope, but the referee didn't see it.
Well, I think coming up next, though, we've got a match that won't be contained by ropes. These men have not been able to keep their hands off of each other. Parking lots, catering, locker rooms, the entranceway. There is nowhere these two men haven't fought before. And now tonight, they'll be going one-on-one in a street fight. One of the only stipulations that can contain this level of mayhem. However, it must be key that, despite all their brawling, this must end in the ring.
The following match is set for 1 fall. Introducing first, weighing 251 pounds, from Carson City, Nevada, Chopper Seth Dallas.
Seth Dallas making his way down to the ring. And like I said, this is a street fight. You ain't gonna see these men lacing up no boots. You ain't gonna see no tights. I was gonna say you're gonna see no elbow pads, but Seth Dallas has at least one of them. But the point is, do not expect a technical wrestling masterclass here tonight. Expect a brawl.
100%. These two are not going to hold anything back whatsoever. And you know they're going to tear each other limb from limb. More so possibly than the Dark Breed just did to Johnny Gemini. And here's the thing. They can't use the ropes to break a pinfall or a submission. This is a street fight. There are no rope breaks. Or disqualifications for that matter.
And now Seth Dallas, I've got to ask him. We've seen Seth Dallas perform on Genesis. One of, if not the greatest kings of Genesis in history. But this is his first real test on the Nemesis brand. And I've got to ask, is he biting off more than he can chew here on such a big stage in such a dangerous match?
I would like to think so, yes. But, I mean, both of these men are incredible competitors.
And his opponent, representing Backroom Dealers, weighing 217 pounds, from Melbourne, Australia, Aldo Shaw.
The master of the Aussie necktie making his way down to the ring. And we see him going for maybe a bit more of a traditional look. Tonight, this isn't just his biggest match like it is for Seth Dallas. For Aldo Shaw, he sees this as just another night, just another match, just another etch in his legacy here on Nemesis. And he is looking to finally put away, to finally pull out the thorn in his side that is Seth Dallas.
And honestly, if you were to ask me, knowing what Aldo Shaw and the Backroom Dealings do, I think that him choosing to come out here in his traditional wrestling gear is 100% a psychological shot at Seth Dallas. There is no way that he didn't just come out here and is treating this like any other normal match rather than a special street fight between these two.
Absolutely. And like you said, the difference in apparel is apparent. One of these men, it's the biggest match of their career. They're ready for a fight, but the other one sees as just another match as he catches him with that southern lariat.
And again, ladies and gentlemen, this is a street fight, so there are no disqualifications. They can go out there, grab any weapon that they want, but the fall must happen inside the ring, as that swinging powerbomb was just an amazing feat of strength from Seth Dallas.
But Aldo Shaw firing back. These two are just hard bone tough, as we've seen the past few weeks, as they have put each other through hell on a weekly basis at this point, and both the men are still here competing, as Seth rolls to the outside but goes immediately back into the ring, as now Tiger Suplex!
And now look at this, just absolutely kicking the face off Aldo Shaw to the cover. One. Only a one count, though. With those kinds of boots, that's got to add a little extra damage to the side of the face for Aldo, doesn't it?
You'd have to think so, as now that sit-out Yosaka street cutter and Aldo on the back foot right now needs something to get himself back into the fight. As that sweeps the leg, Johnny into the moonsault does. Seth Dallas goes for the stop. Aldo gets to his feet, though. And now trying to kick the leg out of the leg of Seth Dallas. Shoots him off the ropes. Drop down. And a huge knee.
Now a bit of a taunt here from Aldo Shaw. As again, I really think that he's just treating this like any other match. And to me, that's disrespectful as hell to the former King of Genesis champion here.
Absolutely it is. But, I mean, we've seen Aldo Shaw hanging out with Eli Evans. If there's anything that he is, it is disrespectful. And of course, we have Eli Evans later tonight in the men's Gold in the Bank ladder match. A big night for backroom dealings, but Seth Dallas looking to put a damp early on. Only a 1 count, though. But we see Aldo Shaw, the sort of first of backroom dealings to step up. Later, we've got Eli Evans, and after that, we've got Golden Mask in our main event. But right now, Aldo Shaw is looking to be the first to introduce some plunder into this match as he brings out the steel chair.
Oh, right to the midsection. Does Aldo Shaw connect of Seth Dallas? And now he throws away the chair. But the damage has been done as now Aldo Shaw is in control of this matchup.
Yeah, firm control. And now, looking to take him to the stocks, looking to hang him in his own personal gallows. And again, all legal in a street fight. Now going into the cover, hooks the leg, but not enough. The chair and the gallows, not enough to put down Seth Dallas. Oh, but this could be it. Got the arm hook, the Aussie necktie locked in. Nowhere for Seth Dallas to go, and he is forced to tap out. Aldo Shaw with a humongous win to start off the evening for backroom dealings.
The winner of the match, Aldo Shaw.
Aldo Shaw with a huge win. And now, with Seth Dallas behind him, you've got to wonder what the future will hold for Seth Dallas as we see Quinn Edwards backstage. And oh, says Calicap, we know Quinn Edwards and Empresaria took out Cassidy Clark, and now Edwards seeing if Calicap wants a taste. And Kaplan is here for some revenge! And she's not done repeatedly putting the boots to Quinn Edwards. And we know that Cassidy Clark will be completing here later tonight. Kelly Kaplan wanted to make sure Quinn Edwards and Empresaria is not a issue. Oh, Jesus! As the steel chair reverberating about the trash, that's gotta do some damage to your eardrums, Chairman. I mean, that's gotta suck.
I mean, absolutely. That's, that's weapons right there. Those don't just hurt like a regular fist or regular kick.
But now, speaking of weapons, speaking of regular things, this match is going to be anything but regular. These 6 women all fighting for the ultimate opportunity, the golden ticket for a title shot whenever you want. Vindication, Nemesis, Openweight, Genesis, doesn't matter. Only one, though, will get that opportunity.
The following match is the women's Gold in the Bank ladder match. Introducing first, weighing 142 pounds, from the 7 Seas, Flintlock Garcia.
As now, Flintlock Garcia has stormed the beaches of Vindication. So far, undefeated as part of the brand, and now is looking to find her buried treasure, although this treasure isn't going to be underground. It's going to be up in the sky.
And the opponents, weighing 171 pounds, from Kyoto, Japan, Kimio Ishimoto.
Kimio Ishimoto, the Golden Prodigy, looking to become the Gold in the Bank holder. We saw her unsuccessfully challenge for the Vindication Women's title back at Shadowband. Now, Kimio has a chance to redeem herself. She has a chance to essentially skip the line and get right back into contention for that Vindication Women's title or the Nemesis Women's title. Or she could go back to Genesis and fight for the Queen of Genesis title, or she could go for the open weight. The point is, Kimio is looking to get back to the front of the line.
And honestly, you mentioned that Queen of Genesis championship. It's a championship that she has a lot of experience with. She's a two-time Queen of Genesis champion. But again, every single title is up for grabs as long as you have that briefcase, and this could be Kimio's golden opportunity to get it.
Weighing 120 pounds, from Newcastle upon Tyne, England, Lady Britannia.
Now, maybe the biggest wild card of this entire match, Lady Britannia making her way down to the ring. And she is someone, Chairman, who we have seen time and time again pull off these majorly unexpected wins against Kaitlyn, against Catherine Love, against Vox, against Uni Shimura. Could tonight be the most unexpected of them all? Could Lady Britannia become the Golden Lady of Vindication?
I think it absolutely could happen here. Let's be honest. Nobody really thought that she was going to be the one to win the Openweight Championship back when she did. And lo and behold, she became Openweight Champion. So she's absolutely capable of doing the impossible. And tonight could be just another accolade that she adds to that list.
Representing the height, weighing 186 pounds, from Bordeaux, France, Belle Fret.
Perennial tag competitor singles gold has eluded Belle Fret her entire career here in CWL, but tonight could be the night that changes her destiny forever. We've seen her beat the current Nemesis Women's Champion before, but you've got to feel having that extra oomph, that extra advantage anytime she wants, it's too good of an opportunity for Belle to let slip. Hannah Starr make your way down to the ring. Maybe from the Nemesis side, I think it's safe to say the least experienced competitor, but also just the most unknown. Because we said that Lady Britannia's the wild card because we've seen her pull up these upsets, but we've not really seen a lot from Hannah Starr. Yes, we've seen not seen a lot from Flintlock, but we've seen her pick up these wins. Hannah Starr, though, we've yet to truly see her break out and show what she can do. And you've got to feel that not only could tonight be the chance to do it, but you've got to feel she would love the chance to win that briefcase and show everyone just how much of a threat she can be.
Representing Kingsman, weighing 155 pounds, from London, England, Cassidy Clark.
Cassidy Clark making her way down to the ring. It was at this event exactly last season that she won the Nemesis Women's World Championship. But, Chairman, she has not been able to reach that height since. Now tonight, she finally gets a chance to put her name back in contendership, but she has a massive bullseye wrapped around her ribs. Or her stomach, rather.
Yeah, that brutal assault from Quinn Edwards last week and Empresaria Reyes was just disgusting to see backstage. And they wanted to make sure that if Cassidy Clark came in here, she wasn't going to be 100%. Hell, we even saw what Kelly Kaplan did just a few minutes ago to Quinn Edwards to ensure that no shenanigans were happening here for this matchup. This was going to be as fair as possible, you know, I guess with the circumstances that arose.
Yeah, Cassidy Clark, though, her 50% is sometimes better than other competitors' 100%. There's a reason she unseated Harley Quinn as Nemesis Women's Champion last year at this very event. She was the underdog then. She's the underdog now with those ribs. Or with that tape, rather. You've got to feel that Cassidy Clark still has what it takes to end up as the holder here tonight as this one gets underway.
And only one woman here is going to be able to capture that briefcase and win the championship. Or rather, I'm sorry, win the briefcase and possibly win the championship, as it'll be 3 women from Vindication, 3 women from Nemesis, all vying for that same opportunity.
Yet something to keep in mind, though, later on is that even if someone from Vindication wins it, they can challenge someone for the Nemesis Championship. This is truly the ultimate opportunity, and you've got to feel, regardless of brand, none of these women want a chance to miss out on it.
And there's going to be absolute chaos. I don't know how we're going to be calling all the action here, if I'm being perfectly honest, Alex. As, you know, we see Kimio and Hannah Starr inside the ring, and Cassidy and Belle down below, and then Lady Britannia and Flintlock. I'm already getting lost, and I'm still just naming off the people in this matchup.
Absolutely, as Kimio cuts down Hannah Starr. Now Belle, the last one standing. We know Belle was going for it a lot early on. She's finally picked it back up, and Belle could be looking for a quick, easy win here. I mean, we saw Selena Adams win the briefcase last year and then went on to win that title at Endgame. You've got to feel Belle Florent would love to etch her names in a similar way into the history books.
Oh, here we see, look at them. They're fighting over the ladder inside the ring, as Kimio may have just gotten the upper hand. All she's got to do is set up the ladder and unlock that padlock from the briefcase.
As we see, though, Cassidy Clark going after Hannah Starr. These two went towards exiled, rather. And now Hannah Starr looking to pick up where they left off.
Hannah Starr in full control inside the ring as Flintlock and Lady Britannia continue to fight here, as now Flintlock is just dropping the ladder right on Britannia.
Yeah, and right now, Flintlock looking to take out Britannia maybe for good. She's got her set up. A humongous neck breaker there from Flintlock. As all 6 women are in the ring, it is absolute pandemonium! As Kimio lays out Hannah Starr, Cassidy Clark forced to roll to the outside, and now we're down to 4. The striking from Belle has got Kimio rocked. But Kimio connects with some elbows of her own.
And now Flintlock Garcia is setting her attention over to Hannah Starr. I think she saw her as the easy target. She sends her right to the outside. And we got half the women inside the ring as Kimio turns her attention to Flintlock. Oh, that ladder barely missed, landing on Flintlock, and that could have been deadly.
But the ladder on the outside, I think, accidentally fell over onto Flintlock as she had to roll out of the ring. Dodged a bullet, got hit with a different one, does Garcia. As now Belle goes to attack Kimio, and here is Lady Britannia's chance to steal the win.
Now Lady Britannia here carrying around the ladder, trying to swing it around as the ladder falls on her, but Hannah Starr picks it up, and now all 5 women are getting inside the ring, and this is going to be a very bad spot for whoever decides to set up a ladder, as it looks like Hannah Starr is going to be swinging the ladder on Kimio.
You say it's a bad spot, but at the end of the day, all these women want the same thing. They want that ladder set up. The only difference is who they want to be climbing it. As Hannah Starr is looking to lay out the competition, so just have to worry about it when Flintlock connects with the Enziguri.
This has been absolute chaos from the get-go, Alex. I have no idea who even has the upper hand right now.
It's almost impossible to tell. I don't think we'll know until someone climbs that ladder for the first time, as the Devil's Lullaby put Balfour to sleep and puts her to the outside. Flintlock now with the ladder, taking out Lady Britannia, and no one is up and able to stop her. But I think she seems to have it out for Lady Britannia so far in this match. Now the neck breaker once again. I mean, does Flintlock Garcia know that you have to climb the ladder, or is she just trying to beat the brakes off of Britannia as much as she can?
If I'm being quite honest, I don't know. But look at this. Hannah Starr now trying to undo the padlock on that briefcase as Kimio Ishimoto is having trouble pushing away the ladder. She tries one more time. Belle Florian is now there to help her. Oh, Hannah Starr now hanging by a thread as she gets caught, and Kimio brings her down.
Electric chair with an extra bit of height because she was holding onto that briefcase. I mean, credit to her. You want to do whatever you can to try and, you know, unlock it, but sometimes you need to know when to let go and land on your feet.
Now look at this. Hannah Starr with that ladder in her hands. Kumio manages to grab it, and now Hannah Starr caught the strike. Now she just drops the ladder. She wants to fight this mano a mano, and a beautiful suplex there from Kimio Ishimoto. She rolls her through, and now into the vertical twisting neck breaker. I don't even know what that was. I think it was a suplex at first.
That's the backstab. It connects to Belfort. I'll tell you what it is. It's effective in getting rid of Hannah Starr for this match. As now the golden combination connects on Belfort. But Lady Britannia takes out Kumio. Oh, punching her right through the ladder does Flintlock Garcia, and Vindication controls the ring right now. And again, Flintlock choosing not to set up the... Are we sure? I know Flintlock's a pirate. Are we sure Flintlock knows what a ladder is?
I mean, they got to climb from the dock, or I mean the deck onto, you know, the under part of a ship. Wouldn't you have a ladder there?
She did climb. As now both brawling at a pair height, and Kumio falls, and now Flintlock has to undo the padlock and put away. No, it's an attack from Belle, and Hannah Starr pulls down the ladder from under her. And Flintlock just there precariously. As now,
finally got her.
Blessing in disguise. And the Devil's Lullaby Casting Clark going crazy with it.
This is her opportunity here, Alex. Could she be just moments away from capturing the briefcase?
Oh, wait a second though, Hannah Starr dropping her right onto that injured tape. Those injured abdomen there with that back suplex. Looking to prove to Cassie Clark that she was able to beat her at XL, but now Lady Britannia's got it set up in the middle of the ring. This could be Britannia's time. It could be a moment. Everyone's down.
As it looks like Cassidy Clark turned her attention to Hannah Starr. All the women trying to figure out what to do here, what the best plan of attack is. But I think Britannia...
Too busy fighting each other. Lady Britannia's got the briefcase. And Lady Britannia is Mrs. Gold in the bank. Hannah too busy with Cassidy. Flintlock too busy with Kimio Ishimoto. Their personal vendettas getting in the way. And now Lady Britannia holds the briefcase.
The winner of the women's gold in the back, Lady Britannia.
Lady Britannia now stands atop of the rest with a golden opportunity. And if you're Selena Adams or Yui Nishimura, later on tonight, you've got to have a couple eyes in the back of your head. But, speaking of eyes in the back of your head, that's what these two have had the past few weeks, as they have been attacking each other from behind constantly. And tonight, no more backstabbing, no more attacks from behind. It's Extreme Rules. Falls count anywhere. And that truly does mean anywhere within this arena.
And that's the biggest difference between the fight now and the fight earlier, the street fight, I mean. This one could have the opportunity to be a lot more brutal than the match prior.
The following match is an Extreme Rules match set for one fall. Introducing first, weighing 250 pounds, from Tacoma, Washington, Harris.
You know, it's been said before that Harris, I mean, you'll never be able to take away the fact this man main evented Endgame 3 and won, but it would be foolish to say that he hasn't had some issues since that historic night. Season 4 went without any new titles for Harris, but now he's back on Nemesis for the first time since Season 1. And he's settling some old debts with Bryan.
And honestly, Bryan Adams is the one that poked the bear, if you will. It was interesting. Let's call it that. It was interesting. Because Bryan said that he wanted the Disciples to be recognized as him as one of the bigger members of it. Harris had nothing to do with the time that Bryan was part of the Disciples, and yet people recognize Harris from the Disciples, but not Bryan. That just really rubbed them the wrong way.
I mean, when you create a group, you're often going to be named synonymous with it, but you know what? You can't deny Bryan, one of the more integral members of the Disciples. But tonight, it's all about the Disciples, about these two men here in the ring and what they're willing to do to each other.
And his opponent, representing Anarchy Inc., weighing 208 pounds, from Dallas, Texas, Bryan Adams.
And now, like I said, the Disciples are long gone. Harris has moved on, and Bryan is looking to do just that here tonight. After all, he has Anarchy Inc. with FJ, with Jacob Nitro, who will be in action later on. But Bryan feels the need to get rid of one last chain between him and his past before he can truly move on with his career.
But even then, Alex, let's be honest here. What is there for these two? Like, it was over. The Disciples were put to rest at Endgame. I don't understand why Bryan is obsessing over this.
I think it's all about legacy, Chairman. I mean, Bryan is looking to cement his legacy. Not only can you do that by beating someone of the caliber of Harris, as is, but also to say you beat him with the historical significance behind it. You know, the person who many consider brought about the downfall of the Disciples with Bryan, him being the spark that ignited the combustion within versus the creator. We've got the beginning and the end at the beginning of this match as Harris starts this one off with a brain buster.
We said that this was going to be brutal right out the gate, and both of these men are going to prove that immediately as the headbutt connects there from Harris. And Harris, you know that he is coming in here with a game plan. This is his wheelhouse. Extreme Rules is 100% Harris's wheelhouse. No ifs, ands, or buts.
Absolutely. I mean, there's the knee for Bryan, but there's a reason the shortest match in CWL history took place between Harris and the Starfield, who, for newer fans, you might want to remember, was the first ever CWL World Champion. And it's the shortest match because Harris absolutely brutalized him within seconds. But we've also seen that be turned around on Harris before, such as in the first match in CWL history. But we're seeing a bit of a throwback there from Harris, and now a headbutt to Bryan. Harris showing that he is just as brutal as he's ever been.
Now look at him, he's got him up on his shoulders. We could be seeing something horrible here, but instead switches it over to that backpack driver. As now Harris seems to be in full control of this matchup. Bryan hasn't gotten much offense in at all.
Not really. We see that big knee and another one. And that's what I think Bryan is going to have over Harris is his striking ability as this one spills to the outside. Bryan looking to involve some plunder into this matchup. Harris not letting him even get the chance to think about it.
As now we see the referee go to the outside. This could be it. With that hit to the apron, that could have actually knocked him out into the cover. One, no. Bryan, oh my God, he just got right back up.
Right back down as Harris trips the leg. We saw Bryan wanting to get back into it after the cover. Harris not even give the chance. Now the cravat into that barricade. Harris being destructive with his arsenal here. And now goes for the belly to belly, but the rake of the eyes. These two brawling in a perilous position. That solid steel ramp not far behind. And now Harris has got Bryan up and drops him face first onto the hardest part of the ring.
Now Harris has got a hold of Bryan Adams. Oh, I don't like the look of this. Just drops him.
Style pile driver on the outside. Count to 100. That is it. Harris, absolutely brutal in his execution. You do not go against the hardcore god and don't come prepared. Bryan just found that out firsthand.
The winner of the match, Harris.
And Harris proving why they call him the most dangerous man CWL. It says on his shirt, no holds barred, and he showed that to Bryan here tonight.
He not only showed that to Bryan here, Alex, but he absolutely just made an example for anybody else in the future that wants to step up to Harris.
And speaking of step up, we've seen the Sons of Fenrir step up and win the tag team tournament to earn their chance to get the Broken Standard. But Broken Standard have been taking a certain amount of pleasure in punishing the Sons of Fenrir the past few weeks. We've seen them beat both of them in singles action, but now when the title's on the line, we'll see if Sons of Fenrir can win when it counts.
The following tag team match is set for 1 fall and is for the Tag Team Championship. Introducing first, the challengers. At a combined weight of 353 pounds, the Wolf of War, William Black, Austin Wolf, the Sons of Fenrir.
The Sons of Fenrir are here in Buffalo, New York, but you know, we've talked about it in the weeks leading up to this. Are they ready for the Broken Standard? We saw William Black lose to Bubble. We saw Austin Wolf lose to Edward Bronson despite a Herculean effort. You've got to wonder if it might be a different story when the titles are on the line.
It is always a very different type of battle when you're out here with your tag team partner. And even though the Broken Standard has been dominant, William Black has kind of found a new energy about himself. And I honestly believe that the Sons of Fenrir could very, very well be the ones to dethrone the Broken Standard here tonight.
Also said that about a lot of people have gone up against the Broken Standard, and so far no one has been able to take those titles from their grasp.
And your champions, at a combined weight of 1,724 pounds, Edward Bronson, Rebel, the Broken Standard.
The Broken Standard making their way down to the ring. And they have gone through a who's who of tag team competition. They've beaten the biggest in the Dark Bead. They've beaten the most experienced in Alex Graves and Ricky Valentine. Hell, you could even say that they beat one of the best tag teams in Starjammer to win those titles. Now, they have to go against maybe one of the toughest tag teams in the division, in the Sons of Fenrir, who fought and clawed their way to earn this title opportunity through that tournament, but I don't think the Broken Standard care all too much about what they did to get here. I think Broken Standard just care about keeping those titles for yet another month.
Honestly, we look at the kind of wreckage that the Broken Standard has left behind in their wake since they became tag team champions. You've literally got a who's who list of tag teams that have been here in the CWL, and Sons of Fenrir, this is their second shot at it. Last time it was in a Warfare match when Anarchy Inc. was involved, but this time, you know, it's just them. There's no other teams here, and it's legitimate tag team rules. So I don't know. I'm not the Broken Standard. The Sons of Fenrir have to bring something completely new to the table, and I hope that they've come prepared.
As the titles are handed off, you have to feel the Broken Standard confident they'll be handed back to them by the end of the evening. As I feel in any sort of variation of this match, singles or otherwise, Sons of Fenris have never picked up a win against any of the Broken Standard. That could change though here tonight, like we've been saying, with Brubble looking to keep it all the same.
And look at here, we start with Brubble and William Black, the two men that actually didn't cross paths yet when we had those series of singles matches. It's going to be interesting to see who gets the upper hand right here, right out the gate.
Yeah, as though Brubble and Black going at it, and to quickly just bit, these two actually did face off 2 weeks ago, and it was Brubble locking the bloke breaker on William Black that made him pass out. You've got to feel, even though Edward Bronson doesn't use that bloke breaker anymore, the Brubble's version is still just as effective.
Absolutely. It took him months to learn how to pull off that maneuver, you know, in a way that could end matches. The first few times that he, you know, did those, the maneuvers, it didn't work out as well as he wanted it to. But now it's a completely different Brubble, and I think that it's a completely different weapon.
Absolutely, as Brubble goes for the belly-to-belly. Austin Wolf raking the eyes, doing whatever it takes to get the advantage here against Brubble. As now that knee smash connecting, and we see Austin Wolf locking in the Scorpion Deathlock on Brubble, but Brubble powering his way out of it.
Impressive strength there from Brubble, as now Austin Wolf getting a hold of the back of the head from Brubble. And look at this, trying to pull him into the corner, but Brubble not allowing him to do so.
No, and Brubble wanting to, you know, maybe get some distance, but Austin Wolf keeping him neutralized in Sons of Fenrir territory, and that's what they're going to want to do. They're going to want to essentially cut off the ring, turn this into a handicap match. So you've got to feel, though, that that's a bit easier said than done against someone as powerful as Brubble or as powerful as Bronson. We have yet to see tagged in. The frequent tags of the Sons of Fenrir may have just got put on hold with that lariat.
And you saw right there, Brubble was perhaps looking for a tag, and William Black saw it coming, so he immediately went back inside the ring. They have an amazing game plan as of late, as we once again maybe are looking for another tag here from William Black to Austin Wolf.
So there's now tags in Wolf. Looking to set him up here. Drop, toe, hold, elbow, drop. The most dangerous move in all of tag team wrestling. Followed up with the backbreaker into the side Russian leg sweep.
And, you know, again, the Sons of Fenrir have been doing a fantastic job here tonight to show us that they are the ones that are going to dethrone the Broken Standard. And it looks like Brubble may actually be getting an opening here as he's getting closer to Bronson. And there's the first tag for the Broken Standard. And now the Brisbane Bruiser is in.
Yeah, and Austin Wolf has felt that sting of that lariat before. And now he's feeling those punches just shiv into his gut. And Bronson just laughing in the face of Wolf. May have taken too much time to gloat, though. Running Blockbuster takes down the big man.
And now we see the attack here for William Black. And this is going to be the match right here. This one-on-one exchange here is going to be something to keep an eye on. Because we know that Edward Bronson is the one that literally broke William Black just a few weeks ago.
As now we've seen that running knee. Only a 1 count, though. Not enough just yet. Edward Bronson so fresh in this match. As now they went for the big double axe handle. And Black was ready for it. And now William Black looking to make it a quick night at the office to win the tag team titles. Hooks the arms. And the Blackout connects. Into the cover duo of new tag team champions. 2-0.
And now here we see William Black sending Bronson over to the corner. But Bronson catches it and drives an elbow right to the knee. And now here comes the Brisbane Bruiser.
Yeah, and to their credit, they've done a good job of not letting Edward Bronson get a lot of offense in. But the difficulty about someone like Bronson is he just needs 1 or 2 major strikes. And he has done just enough damage to catch up to you, who has been in control the whole time.
And here we see William Black not relenting at all from the assault. Honestly, William Black looks a lot more determined than I've seen him in recent weeks, I guess. Because lest we forget, he walked into the season as the Vindication champion. So it's not like he has been, you know, just any other person here on Vindication. He has actually been making a gigantic impact. And look at that. Immediately goes with the forearm to Edward Bronson.
I feel like the Wolf of War is hungrier than ever here tonight, but Bronson looking to starve him out. And now same to the outside. We saw this against Austin Wolf just last week. Kick to the gut of William Black. And an apron powerbomb destroying the spine of William. And you've got to feel now that William Black is in a very bad way.
Edward Bronson, now this is where he feels more comfortable. He is just starting to throw William Black all around, and you can see him getting the people here in Buffalo, New York riled up.
Yeah, and this is not good for Black as he is trying to strike his way out of this one. But Edward Bronson can throw some bombs as well. Seems to go back and forth. We do have to be mindful, though, of the 20 count. As again, the back body drop there. And we're seeing Edward Bronson beginning to target that lower back of William Black. And it is going to, I feel, be a major problem throughout this match, Chairman.
I mean, I have to agree. It doesn't matter if it's the Bloke Breaker, if it's Feudal's Fang, whatever it is, the Broken Standard will be finding a way to keep those championships around their waist, even if that just means breaking your body in half. As it looks like Austin Wolf here, it may be getting the last gasp effort for the Sons of Fenrir to stay alive, but Bronson now gets the attack to Brubble, and we see the 2 smaller competitors of the team are now exchanging blows in the middle of the ring.
It's now Brubble picking up Austin Wolf. Got him up on his shoulders, looking for the end here, and Brubble sits out with that Desert's Heat, but doesn't go for the pin. Oh, now he does though. Wasn't able to get it right away. 2-0.
That was very smart of Brubble to not go immediately for the pin. He wanted a better side leverage. You know, hooking the leg does make sure that you expend more energy kicking out of the pin. And if that wasn't it, then that means that he had more energy still. And now Brubble has to turn it up. But it looks like the Sons of Fenrir are starting to turn it around on him.
The big bicycle. I looked like he was going for a bicycle knee, instead putting him down with the boot. And now into the cover goes Austin Wolf. Do we have new tag team champions? 1, 2. No. And one thing to keep in mind, we haven't brought it up all match, but if the Broken Standard retain here tonight, they have their rematch clause. Sons of Fenrir don't even want to give them the chance.
Those rematch clauses are very, very important. As we know, the rules here in the CWL state that you have to have 3 successful title defenses before you can get any kind of rematch, unless you earn it, of course. But the Sons of Fenrir are just trying to do everything they can, not just to only keep that away from the Broken Standard, but become champions themselves. As here we go, the Block Breaker.
The Block Breaker's in, and Austin Wolf is out. As the Broken Standard get their 3rd defense, just like that, Chairman. It was a back and forth match, maybe the closest we've ever seen the Broken Standard come to losing those titles. But at the end of the day, the Block Breaker breaks all.
The winner of the match, and still your tag team champions, Edward Bronson, Rubble, the Broken Standard.
Broken Standard stand tall atop the tag team division. And you have to ask that fateful question, Chairman. Who is next and who is left for the Broken Standard at this point?
Honestly, we always have new teams coming up. I would love to see a lot more people coming in and trying to take the fight to the Broken Standard. And you know who could be next? It could be one of these men right here, because all they have to do is find a tag team partner and they can cash in for those tag team championships.
Yeah, and some of them already have a partner in mind, but all 6 of these men vying for the ultimate opportunity. We saw Lady Britannia win the Gold in the Bank briefcase earlier tonight. Who will be the one to join her atop that ladder?
The following match is the men's Gold in the Bank ladder match. Introducing first, Lucas Button.
Big match, Lucas Button making his way down to the ring. And Chairman, you can't say that this man hasn't called his shot every step of the way this season. He said he was going to beat Jasper Star, and he did. He said he was going to qualify for the World Cup in WWE, and he did. And then he said he was going to make it into Gold in the Bank, and he did. And now he has made another promise to the CWL Universe that he is going to win that briefcase. You've got to feel so far, Lucas Button has not been proven a liar.
I have to absolutely agree there with you, but you know, the thing to note is that anything can happen here, and you have the biggest test of Lucas Button's career thus far in the CWL, because those things that you mentioned had to do with just a one-on-one exchange, just a one-on-one matchup. You're adding 4 other people on top of that for a total of 6. That's a completely different test right there.
And the opponents, weighing 222 pounds, from Moline, Illinois, the 13.
Wow. Certainly dressing the part here tonight. He wants to be the golden man of Vindication, and he wants to do that by winning Gold in the Bank.
How much do you think that suit right there cost them, Alex?
Probably more than you pay me on a yearly basis, as the 13 is absolutely dripped out of his mind here tonight with all that gold, and he's looking to leave with even more with that briefcase by winning this ladder match.
This is going to be anybody's game, and again, we have 6 of the top competitors here in the CWL, and honestly, Alex, I'm going to say it right here. I think this is by far the most stacked Gold in the Bank match we've ever had in the history of CWL.
Weighing 235 pounds, from Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, Ryan Quinn.
The wild card of professional wrestling, Ryan Quinn, has been on the warpath getting into this match. But Chairman, you've got to feel that of all the people to hold this briefcase, Ryan Quinn very well might be the most dangerous man to actually have that in his possession. I mean, he's not called the wild card for nothing.
No, he's not. He is a former, I want to say, 3-time world champion, 4-time world champion, whether that be on Vindication, Nemesis, it doesn't matter. Wherever he's gone, Ryan Quinn has captured championships. And when you add the fact that he may have a shot for any time that he wants, that's just a scary thing to think about.
Quinn's shot can come out of anywhere, and if he is to hold Gold in the Bank, that statement could never be more true. But it's a bit easier said than done. I mean, you've said it, 5 other men are going to be in this match, and you've got to feel Ryan Quinn, the man with the most experience going in, the longest tenured member of the CWL roster in this match, he's going to have a massive target on his back.
Chris Edwards.
Sweet and sour Chris Edwards is here to take home the Golden Bank briefcase for Asphodel Model. And you've got to feel that Chris Edwards, someone who has, I mean, we talk about golden opportunities all night, but he's not even officially signed to the CWL anymore, and he could be walking out of here with the Gold in the Bank briefcase.
Well, BMS is paying him on a per appearance basis, and you can clearly tell that he is paying him really well. Look at this attire here. I think this is the most stripped out that we've seen Chris Edwards as of late.
Yeah, the sauce is here, but he needs to make sure that he's not lost in the sauce here tonight, or else he could end up, well, on the wrong side of a ladder, or a Quinn shot, or various other means of punishment. The point is, Chris Edwards is obviously here, and he's obviously determined, but he needs to make sure he's ready to go through hell for that briefcase.
Representing Anarchy Inc., weighing 218 pounds, from Rahway, New Jersey, Jacob Nitro.
You talk, Chairman, about possibly cashing in on the tag team division. Well, Jacob Nitro might be looking to do just that, as He lost those tag titles to Starjammer. He has not had a proper crack at Broken Standard yet. But if we look at the history books, Anarchy Inc., one of the few teams to actually beat the Broken Standard in tag team competition, you've got to feel, if given the chance with that briefcase, they do it again. But Jacob Nitro as well, you've also got to feel, has never held a singles title in CWL, and he would love to have his first singles win be because of that Gold in the Bank briefcase.
If there's one person who I'm very interested to see how they do in this matchup, it's 100% Jacob Nitro. He has been here for almost 4 seasons now and never gotten a singles championship, and this could legitimately be his golden ticket.
Representing Backroom Dealers, weighing 244 pounds, from Birmingham, England, Eli Evans.
Eli Evans looking to make it 2 for 2 for Backroom Dealings here tonight. We saw Aldo Shaw pick up a win against Seth Dallas earlier in the evening. And now, we're looking to see if Eli Evans, if he can, pick up that second win. And with Gold in the Mask fighting for the Nemesis World title later tonight, we could see Backroom Dealings hold a lot of power on the Nemesis brand.
I think it's a very real possibility, especially with the kind of role that Eli Evans has been on as of late. And he has been calling this his opportunity to break through that ceiling. And especially think about this. Let's just say that if Eli Evans wins this, let's say Golden Mask wins the title match, what happens then? Does Eli Evans go after the YouTube Championship? Or, there's so many questions here. But first, Eli Evans has got to win this matchup, as absolute chaos has just broken out here in this matchup already.
Yeah, we see Chris Edwards and Eli Evans going at it. We know the history between Chris Edwards and Backroom Dealings. As now, Ryan Quinn taking out Lucas Pine in the ring. But here's the thing, it doesn't matter who's in the ring right now until a ladder is added into play.
And now here we see Ryan Quinn immediately dropping the knee on Lucas Bunn inside the ring. And it's curious to me right now that we only have one ladder out there. I wonder how many, the competitors are going to think to bring in more ladders, because we know that there's going to be more under the ring.
Absolutely, there's stuff under the ring. I mean, you've got to feel, though, that Lucas Bunn not looking to waste time going under the ring, taking what is at his disposal. And he's looking to get the briefcase already as everyone's preoccupied, but as we see Jacob Nitro and Ryan Quinn immediately going in to try and stop him.
Oh, and Jacob Nitro very smart to take down both men with the ladder, as Ryan Quinn and Lucas Bunn both get absolutely decimated by that ladder. Now Jacob Nitro, what has he got in mind here? Could he be thinking burnout already?
Thinking burnout on Ryan Quinn, trying to take the wild card out of the deck. And now it's just him and Button puts him down with a big kick. And now once again, Lucas Button has a golden opportunity to set up that ladder. But now we see a lot of people piling into the ring to try and steal it from him. As Chris Edwards looking to put down the 13 here. But 13 blocks the brainbuster attempt. As chaos continues to consume this matchup.
Oh my god, what the hell just happened to that ladder? I don't even know what just happened there.
I think somehow, the 13 took the ladder down with him when he hit Chris Evans with a flipping suplex. And now we see Lucas Bunn go for that backstep. I think he caught the end of the ladder. May have come out worse for wear for it, but the ladder has not been set up. No one has made the climb just yet.
Now we see everybody trying to go after new targets. We see Chris Edwards and Ryan Quinn go at it. We see Eli Evans taking it to Lucas Bunn. As now Eli Evans sets the ladder in the middle of the ring. The 13 cuts him off, though, and no one is going up the ladder yet.
No one's going up the ladder yet. Ryan Quinn, we see taking his pretty sweet time in the ring. And now Lucas Bunn again has an opportunity where he's all alone to get started on that padlock that keeps that briefcase up there.
Jacob Nitro trying to push the ladder, successfully does so, and now Lucas Bunn gets caught, and Jacob Nitro brings him down.
And now Nitro going after Eli Evans. Eli Evans got him up. Detonation kick to Nitro. And now once again, it's Edwards versus Evans. As he goes for the hammerlock here. Back elbow freeze. Edwards just a little bit. Super kick into the German suplex by Chris Edwards. It has been pandemonium since the opening bell thus far. And outside of Lucas Button, no one has really gotten a major chance to grab that briefcase. But now we see Jacob Nitro looking for the spider suplex onto the ladder. And immediately follows up with that Phoenix splash. Jacob Nitro may have just neutralized Lucas Button for good.
And
now Chris Edwards.
Look at this. Chris Edwards with the sauce on Jacob Nitro in the center of the ring. Very lucky to have not hit the ladder at all.
And now the 13 looking to take out Eli Evans from this match as he goes for the CWL special, crashing all the way to the outside. And now though, Ryan Quinn with an opportunity of a lifetime as he climbs the ladder and gets to look at that padlock. Everyone is down and preoccupied. The 13 beginning to notice and runs into the ring. Lucas Button trying to push over the ladder. Will they have enough time though when they do? As the electric chair connects, that could have been Ryan Quinn's best and only chance. And now it's the 13 turn to make that climb. As Nitro and Evans are busy on the outside, Lucas Button is down. Button trying with everything he can to push over that ladder. Eli Evans looking to help him. And now electric chair to the 13. No man unable to undo that padlock just yet. As Eli Evans with the tornado DDT onto the apron.
Now look at that, Jacob Nitro able to get back in this as he sends Chris Edwards to the outside. Somehow, Jacob Nitro was able to get back, and now he's the only man in the ring. Eli Evans slides back in. Well, but Jacob Nitro meets him with a ladder shot, and this could be his opportunity to win the briefcase right here, right now.
Absolutely, Eli Evans though trying desperately to get to his feet, trying to do what he can to push over that ladder. But I think he's got the padlock, and then Jacob Nitro has claimed the ultimate opportunity. A title match, whatever he wants. Jacob Nitro has won Gold in the Bank.
The winner of the men's Gold in the Bank, Jacob Nitro.
4 years, 4 seasons in this company, Jacob Nitro now has a perfect opportunity to win his first ever singles title. But we now go from Jacob Nitro to the man that beat him for the tag title, Jay Scott with Rodrigo Del Gaiso, Stargym LLC, and the people that are going to be their Huckleberry tonight, the Highwaymen.
And this is going to be absolutely personal between these two, Alex. And I'm going to be perfectly honest. I said it earlier, but I'm going to be surprised if there's no bloodshed in this matchup, because that is how serious it has been between these two teams.
The following tag team match is set for 1 fall. Introducing first, at a combined weight of 438 pounds, Pistolero, the Lord of Lariats, Michael Young. the Highwaymen.
The Highwaymen are here, and they are riding in looking for one thing: revenge. They are looking to unseat their former masters in Starjammer LLC, and this is a war that has consumed Nemesis the past couple weeks.
Absolutely. You talk about consuming. I think it has just completely enthralled Nemesis as a whole. And we've gotten some pretty amazing matches out of it. We saw the dream match between Rodrigo Del Gaiso and Michael Young, which ended up going the way of Rodrigo. And then we saw J. Scott and Pistolero, which went the way of Pistolero. But now we're going to get it right here. Tag team match. Basically no holds barred.
And their opponents, at a combined weight of 436 pounds, J. Scott, Rodrigo Del Gaiso, Starjammer LLC.
You mentioned no holds barred. I feel like that won't apply to Starjammer LLC, as there will be DQs, there will be counters in this match, but I honestly don't think Highwaymen care all too much, because these two men, well, let's just say the Highwaymen are looking to batter them pillar to post.
You know, we heard it in the intro. This is going to be the night where the one team is going to try and bite the hand that allegedly fed them at one point, and that's going to be the Highwaymen just being rabid dogs that we know that they can be, going up against Starjammer LLC, and they're going to eat the rich. If there is anybody that I feel can do that and really get everybody behind them, it's going to be the Highwaymen. They're coming in with a purpose, and this is not going to be just any other regular match here, Alex.
Absolutely not, as Rodrigo Pistolero starting this one off. Two former world champions in their own right, as Rodrigo drops Pistolero right on his head to get this one started. But that's going to take a lot more to beat the former Vindication world champion.
And you see right here, Rodrigo Del Gaiso, try to meet Pistolero in the corner. But now Pistolero turning the odds against him, sends it back to his own corner. But these two know they know each other's playbooks so well. Because lest we forget, before these two teams started fighting, they were actually in a faction together, all together under the Starjammer LLC banner. They trained together. They became better together. There's a reason we have 3 world champions, former world champions, in this matchup right now.
Absolutely. And though you've got to feel that where Rodrigo very calculated with his violence, with his strikes, Pistolero and Michael Young very much so just gonna beat the brakes off of you with that pop-up power slam, and that could be enough. No, the Highwaymen have a dangerous arsenal on display, and I think they're looking to just drop Rodrigo and Jay on their head, on their spines, as much as it takes to put them down.
And here we see now this matchup again. We just saw this on Nemesis 2 weeks ago, and Rodrigo Del Gaiso got the tap-out victory over Michael Young. And we don't know if Michael Young tapped out to save his energy to be ready for this matchup, but regardless, getting a tap-out victory over Michael Young is impressive as all get out.
Absolutely. But one thing we need to keep in mind is that Michael Young is very much so the catalyst for all of this. J. Scott sort of sent him by the wayside. He bankrupted Michael Young. He took his house and home, and that led to Michael Young leaving Starjammer and Pistolero joining him. And it was caused such an all-out war that even Talita Adams and Yui Nishimura have been forced to get involved, and we'll see that take place later tonight. But right now, Michael Young is doing a great job of neutralizing Rodrigo Del Gaiso and not letting him tag in J. Scott. But you've got to feel there's a part of Michael Young that would love to finally get his hands on the Starjammer himself.
And look, here we see Rodrigo Del Gaiso keep making sure that that doesn't happen there, Alex. As that Michael Young gets attacked to Pistolero. And now Pistolero and Michael Young are going to do what they do best. This is where the Highwaymen shine. It's the power from the Highwaymen on full display into the cover. But the referee was not in position. That could have been it, too. Very, very close.
Yeah, the Highwayman with another pop-up power slam. Went for the knee strike. Rodrigo able to get out of the way of it. And now we saw Pistolero clutched the knee off the knee strike, and I think Rodrigo did as well. Immediately targeting with that drop kick, and now going for the arm bar and grabbing that knee. I think Rodrigo has found the chink in the armor of the Highwayman, and he's looking to exploit it.
Pistolero able to get that arm out, though, as now Rodrigo Del Gaiso's got Pistolero up on his shoulders and carries him over to the ropes. Can you imagine if Rodrigo Del Gaiso had attempted to connect with a CWK right there for extra, just, you know, rubbing it in the face of the Highwayman?
Yeah, well, I think we have someone who has no issues doing just that, as now in comes Jay Scott, and that could be enough to do it. Jay Scott looking to pick up the pieces. 1, 2, no.
Moneymaker wasn't enough, but Jay Scott is not going to relent. We saw Pistolero defeat Jay Scott just last week on Nemesis, and you know that he hasn't forgotten that.
Absolutely not, as now Jay Scott taking a bit of time to gloat, but you've got to feel Jay Scott does not want Michael Young in this ring, because Michael Young has been gunning for Jay Scott for a very long time, and he has yet to get his hands on him in an official match, but Pistolero might not even give him the chances. He hits some vintage offense with that brain buster.
And now look at this, Pistolero picking up Jay Scott, sending him over to the ropes. Oh, it's sending him right out to the outside.
I think Pistolero looking to incur some extra damages against Jay Scott here. Got him up, suplex, no! Jay Scott connects with the suplex onto that padded concrete.
Now as they continue fighting on the outside, I think Jay Scott was trying to throw Pistolero over. Oh! Just plants him with that DDT on the barely padded concrete outside.
As now we see him going for the CWK, but no, this time Pistolero spikes him with the DDT. And you mentioned, you know, looking for that extra bit of offense, extra bit of salt in the wound. You've got to feel he was looking for the CWK, and now, though, is getting dropped onto that padded concrete, and it is not looking good for Starjammer LLC.
Pistolero now driving. Oh, I thought he was going to go for the steel steps. Instead, opts for the apron. Both ends of the ring are honestly very, very hard to get hit on. And now, the Russian leg sweep from Jay Scott. Could we be seeing a count out here?
We very well could be, as we are getting very deep into the referee's count. But he's able to get back in, but he was able to get the tag to Michael Young. But Jay Scott catches him into the power slam out of the bicycle knee strike. And this is not what Michael Young wanted. Victory Road might be spelling victory for Jay Scott into the cover. Hooks the outside leg too. No.
Now Jay Scott and Michael Young, these two are the ones that basically made this all boil over. It made Pistolero leave Starjammer LLC, and it became a lot more personal. If there is somebody that Michael Young wants to destroy in the CWL, it is absolutely Jay Scott.
Now Michael Young might be getting that chance. Hooks the arm. Buster! And he's not done. He wants more. He wants to brutalize and maim. Jay Scott here stomping in on that elbow. But Jay Scott making the eyes of Michael Young.
Now look at this here. Jay Scott makes Michael Young retreat to the corner, as now we could be seeing it once again. The Moneymaker, except this time from Rodrigo Del Gaiso as he drives the knees to the face. And this could be it. Has Starjammer LLC just picked up another victory?
1, 2, no. Pistolero able to get in just in the nick of time. As though we see Jay Scott take out that knee that Rodrigo's been targeting all match. And now Michael Young is all on his lonesome against both of Starjammer. And we're seeing Rodrigo take full advantage of that right now.
Rodrigo Del Gaiso's fired up here, Alex. The former Nemesis champion, the former double champion, I should say, is about to finish his matchup. This is how he won just 2 weeks ago.
But Michael's ready for it. Immediately turns onto his stomach and lays in the right hands onto Rodrigo. And now going to the corner, not able to make it any sort of tag though to Pistolero because he's still down on the outside. These two men, though, going back and forth, turns around Rodrigo, and this could be a German suplex, which is the prelude to the Painmaker. Into the cover, pins him 1, 2, but Chase got right there to save Rodrigo, and you've got to feel that would have been it.
That absolutely could have been it. Rodrigo's still out on his feet right here as Michael Young is getting fired up. Ducks the clothesline. Catches Rodrigo to the backbreaker.
Absolutely, and now Rodrigo trying to desperately make a tag, getting to that point in the match. Instead, has Michael Young up, brain buster of his own, laying out the Aussie Assassin, and now looking to do so once more.
Oh, the audio just connects.
The audios connects, and that could be Oshiro for Young, but Pistolero right there able to break things up and takes out Rodrigo with the lariat. Jay Scott, though, takes out the referee, not giving anyone any time to capitalize.
This match is living up to, honestly, to every expectation that we had before it here, Alex, as both teams are just going absolutely balls to the wall to try and get the victory here. Michael Young with that power slam, though, as now he gets over to the corner. What is he thinking here?
I think he's I thought he was going to line up for that vicious punt kick that we've seen. Instead, looking for some more power on display. Deadlift, military press from Michael Young to Rodrigo Del Gaiso, and now calling Rodrigo to his feet. Big 5-8-5 Leviathan covers on 1, 2. Oh, but Jay Scott right there able to break things up.
If Pistolero had just gotten there a second quicker, a millisecond quicker, he could have stopped Jay Scott, and that could have been it.
And again, we see Michael trying to get Rodrigo into his tag team's corner, but again, there's no Pistolero to be seen. So instead, Michael Young, again, pump handle. No, this time, Rodrigo able to turn the tables. And now got Michael Young up against the rope. Big boxing right hook. And now, hooking the arm, looking for a hammer lock, back suplex. Continuing to destroy the arm of Michael Young. Not just setting up for the Del Gaiso special, but also taking out the lariat.
And now here we see Rodrigo Del Gaiso stretching him out. And as awkward as that looks, ladies and gentlemen, it is very effective. It really stretches you out in a very uncomfortable way. As now Michael Young, maybe he had enough. He tags in Pistolero. And here we go. Pistolero and Rodrigo Del Gaiso are going to meet in the middle of this ring. And the foot DDT connects. But now, could we be seeing it here, Alex?
It's now the 3 most dangerous letters in all of CWL. CWK connects. And that is it. Hooks the leg into the cover. 1, 2. Oh, but Jay Scott again able to break things up. Exploded from Michael Young, taking Jay Scott out of the equation. And now Pistolero keeping up the offense.
Beautiful power slam there from the former world champion, as now he's got Rodrigo Del Gaiso up. Once more on his shoulders. Vaya con Diablo connects. There's no Jay Scott at all. And this could be it.
Rodrigo, the absolute god, able to kick out. And again, we're seeing the knee come into play for Pistolero. Hangs him up to dry on that top rope. And now just doing whatever it takes to try and keep down Rodrigo. Jay Scott still down, still looking for the opportunity, still looking for the chance, still looking for those 3 letters. CWK connecting.
And there's still no Jay Scott to be seen. This could absolutely be it. Into the cover. 1, 2, and the Highwaymen finally pick up the victory over Starjammer LLC.
A big win for both these men. Pistolero pinning Rodrigo Del Gaiso. And you've got to give it to all 4 men in this ring. An absolute classic of a tag team match. But there's a part of me that feels, Chairman, this war is far from over.
The winners of the match, the team of Pistolero, the Lord of Lariats, Michael Young, the Highwayman.
A Highwayman picking up a major win here tonight. And now you've got to feel it's going to be some celebratory beams in the back for the Highwayman. But we go from one facet of this Nemesis war to another. As Selena Adams goes up against Yui Nishimura. Nishimura looking to bring some gold to Starjammer LLC, and Selena Adams looking to keep that title around her waist. But the key part is, Chairman, it doesn't matter how bad Selena Adams wants it. A good enough punch, it takes one rightly aimed punch right on the jaw of Adams, and it could be all over.
We saw her get knocked out just a few weeks ago by Yui Nishimura, and you're right, all it takes is just one. And it's going to be interesting to see what kind of game plan Yui Nishimura brings here. Is she going to try and go all out with her MMA skills, or is she going to take a more reserved approach? Because again, Selena Adams is just on a whole other level, especially when she's champion, and she's going to have to do everything in her power to confuse the champion.
Absolutely. I mean, we saw on Nemesis just 7 days ago, Yui Nishimura went for the #1 hit once again, and Selena Adams was able to counter it. You've got to wonder now, is sitting in the back of Yui Nishimura's mind. Is she going to be worried about going for that #1 hit, knowing Selena Adams could counter it into a crossface, into a Fujiwara, into the Selena Sunset? You've got to feel that has to be in the back of the mind of Nishimura right now.
It absolutely has to. There's no question about it. Because whenever you have a weapon that works really, really well, but then somebody finds the answer and you're not able to continue using that weapon, you completely have to change your arsenal. That was the biggest statement that Selena Adams made. And honestly, you know, it's got to be in the back of Yui Nishimura's mind. And here comes the champion, ever determined, the ever fighting champion. It doesn't matter who you are. Selena Adams will absolutely always accept the challenge. And that's what I love about seeing Selena Adams as champion. Anybody that steps up, she's like, let's do it. Fight me, center of the ring, no excuses. And if she does lose, again, she maintained that same attitude. No excuses. The better woman won that night.
Yeah, and we've seen her defend that title every month. No days off for Selena Adams. But tonight might be her biggest challenge yet.
The following match is set for one fall and is for the Nemesis Women's Championship. Introducing first, the challenger, representing Starjammer LLC, weighing 195 pounds, from Sapporo, Japan, Yui Nishimura. And your champion, weighing 140 pounds, from Green Bay, Wisconsin, your Nemesis Women's Champion, Selena Adams.
And Selena Adams handing that title over to our senior referee, and you've got to feel there's a certain tension in the air, Chairman. There's a certain energy that we very well could be seeing a new champion here tonight.
I fully believe that on any night you can have any new champion here. And we saw it again just 2 weeks ago. Yui Nishimura, all she needs is one shot. That's it.
Selena Adams might not even give it a chance as the choke breaker connects. And that's the thing we're going to have to see. The grappling of Selena Adams versus the striking of Yui Nishimura. And we're seeing already Selena Adams trying to take away that striking of Yui Nishimura.
Immediately going into the cover here, though, Alex.
Only a 1 count. Selena Adams, gotta feel, doesn't want to give Nishimura a chance to land any major right hands as she catches her out of that big punch into that spin out facebuster.
And here we go, Yui Nishimura now trying to fight back. A punch to the midsection. Selena Adams moves out of the way. Now the fight will go to the outside.
Lariat taking Nishimura down to the ground. As this one, the count begins. And now both women back into the ring. Neither woman wanting this one to end by countout. You've got to feel Selena Adams via pride and Yui Nishimura via wanting to win that championship.
And now here, the champion grabbing a hold of Yui Nishimura, just dragging her closer to the center of the ring. And she's now just stalking the challenger. Flips her over, a knee to the face, and a clothesline to boot as well.
Yeah, shades of Michael Young with that lariat. But Yui Nishimura not phased as now got that wrestling style slam to Selena Adams, showing that she can grapple with the best of them. Now sends Selena Adams into the turnbuckle. Big kick gets blocked. Adams has done a phenomenal job of blocking all forms of strikes from Nishimura as she connects with the Olympic Slam. There's the big right hand from Nishimura, and now an Olympic Slam of her own. Nishimura showing she can go tit for tat with the Nemesis World's Women's Champion.
As now here we see Selena Adams trying to get back into this. Maybe that rocked her a little bit. Maybe it shook her confidence a little bit. But now she's making to just make sure to scramble the brains of Yui Nishimura on that top turnbuckle.
Now Adams has been in firm control for most of this match and looking to put this one away. Ace Crusher connecting center of the ring. Oh, was going for, you've got to feel the Selena Sunset at the afterwards. Nishimura able to block and kicking it. Connecting, and that may have just turned the tides into a Nishimura victory too. No.
We know that the kick in it is one of Yui Nishimura's best shots, but we know what comes next. It's going to be the #1 hit, and if this connects square on the jaw, we could see a new champion.
We very well could. #1 hit. Just be over 1, 2. No, Adams still has a little bit of fight left in her.
My heart stopped there for a second, Alex. I really thought that we had a new champion coming in here, but now Yui Nishimura's chance is here. All she needs to do is connect with one more, I feel like, and she could honestly become the new champion. But now it looks like Selena Adams is starting to get her bearings back.
Now Adams marking her spot in the sand here. Goes for the kick, gets blocked by Nishimura. Blocks the kick from Nishimura of her own. And now the big lines from Adams. Ducks the clothesline. Big drop kick. Adams is beginning to feel fired up as she lifts up Nishimura once again, going for a second Ace Crusher. Into the cover, hooks the leg to retain the title. 1, 2. Selena Adams puts away Yui Nishimura, surviving the #1 hit and making Yui Nishimura a one-hit wonder.
the winner of the match and still your Nemesis Women's Champion, Selena Adams.
Selena Adams stays at the top of the mountain. And that's her third defense, Chairman. She's activated that rematch clause, so you've got to wonder who is going to be the next to try and take that title from Selena Adams.
I mean, the list is long. We have Liza Horror. We gotta have Sheila try and take another crack at it. Jada King could also be waiting in the wings. But also, lest we forget, it could be Lady Britannia.
It very well could. Selena Adams, no stranger to that Gold in the Bank briefcase and what it can do. You've got to feel, even more so than usual, she has got eyes in the back of her head. But for tonight, it is all celebrations for her. It's all celebrations for the Highwaymen and Star Gym LLC. Definitely not a good night at the office.
Goes down, we see, I think Yui Nishimura is stirring back up to her feet on the outside, and she's making her way back inside the ring.
Making her way back into the ring is Yui Nishimura. Obviously not the result she wanted. Selena Adams, though, showing a sign of respect and Yui Nishimura accepting it. A lot of respect between these two women. It just so happened to be that Selena Adams was the better woman here tonight.
And that was one exciting world title matchup, and we move on to another here, Alex, as we're going to see a steel cage be lowered onto the ring. There's going to be no escape. The only way to win is pinfall or submission, and the winner is going to take home that Vindication Championship.
Yes, Colin Prince has had a death grip on that title ever since he beat William Black on it. Maybe not by choice, but Zistro Horror, at a show that he has been legendary at in the past, has a chance to finally achieve what many consider to be his destiny. Former Gold in the Bank winner won the YouTube title here. Zistro Horror has proven that Gold in the Bank, you could call it the Zistro Horror show these past few years. But tonight, he looks to break a seasons-long curse and finally take down Colin Prince. And tonight, there's nowhere for Colin Prince to run. There's nowhere for Colin Prince to hide because they're going to be locked inside of a solid steel cage.
Absolutely. There's going to be no interference from the Fabulous Furious Freaks. There's going to be no interference from the Crimson Dragons. It is just one-on-one, mano-a-mano. And whoever walks out of this cage today is going to be the Vindication Champion. And you know that Zistro Horror wants to bring that glory back, not just for himself, not just for the Crimson Dragons, but for everybody here in the CWL.
We have seen him go time and time again and challenge for that Vindication World title, or try and challenge for that title. And tonight, this is the man he is challenging. Colin Prince, who has had a meteoric rise to the top of the Vindication roster ever since aligning himself with Chris Princess. You might not like the guy's chairman, but you can't deny the results.
I have to agree. Again, we honestly saw him, and this is not a knock at him whatsoever, pretty much just being Chris Princess's lackey for, you know, months upon months, ever since he got indoctrinated to the Fabulous Furious Freaks. But something at the beginning of the season just clicked in his brain to where now he could very well be the most dangerous person in the Fabulous Furious Freaks. And that's scary to think about because he was already dangerous enough as it is.
We've seen that spinning back fist. It has put down everyone in just one shot unless your name is Chris Princess. But can Zistro Horror dodge it here tonight? Can he do what his tag partner Zymatoa could not? Can he escape the spinning back fist and in doing so, escape with the Vindication World title?
That's the goal, that's the dream, that's exactly what Zistro Horror wants to do. And as you mentioned, end that season's long curse. He has been a Gold in the Bank winner, a YouTube champion, but you know that he wants that Vindication championship.
The following match is a cage match for the Vindication Heavyweight Championship. Introducing first, the challenger, weighing in at 200 pounds, from Moscow, Russia, Zistro Horror. And your champion, representing the fabulous, furious Freaks, weighing 175 pounds, from Tokyo, Japan, your Vindication Heavyweight Champion, Quinn Prince.
And Colin Prince handing over that title. Last time he did that, it was against Chris Princess, a man he reviews as a god. Now, he hands it over and he is facing a man who he is looking to dispose of. But tonight, the cage has been lowered. Both men trapped inside. This one is underway.
And you saw that from Zistro. Didn't even wait for the bell to ring. Immediately made a beeline for Colin Prince as the code red right there connects on behalf of Zistro Horror. And Zistro Horror bringing the fight immediately to the champion.
And we see the referee. You notice the referee right by the cage door. That referee is responsible for counting the pinfall or acknowledging the submission. You cannot win this match by escaping the cage. Colin Prince has nowhere to run as he connects with that single arm face buster here. You got to feel though Colin Prince, despite having nowhere to run, is definitely come in here with a game plan of some description.
Absolutely. And now here we see Colin Prince immediately. Look at the slap to Zistro Horror. That just tells you right there how seriously Colin Prince is taking this matchup. It doesn't matter who you are. He just shows you disrespect in that center of the ring.
I think he does have respect for anyone not named Chris Princess. This Colin Prince and Zistro Horror looking to beat some respect into him with that single leg calf kick, as now waiting for Colin to get to his feet. But Colin, he should have taken that moment to capitalize because Colin connects with the DDT. Only a 1 count though.
Now look at this. Zistro Horror drives honestly all of Colin Prince's body to the center of the ring, as now Colin Prince sending, I think I was trying to send Zistro into the cage, but Zistro able to counter that and sends the elbow right to Colin's face.
As now the TNA kick connects from Zistro, but Colin Prince has just been a step ahead of me, sets away, but the shoulder barge into that post. Not good for Colin Prince, and we saw him attack with his left instead of his right after the damage done to the shoulder. The jumping cravat driver, though, will neutralize Zistro Horror for the time being, and now choking the life out of him. All legal inside of a solid steel cage.
Now look at this, the champion twisting the neck out of Zistro. Honestly, I think he's trying to just take that head home with him.
Now Colin Prince trying to just wear down, but we see Zistro attacking that braced knee, the same knee that he injured over a year ago. And now Colin Prince, went for something there, not quite able to catch him, instead catches him with the DDT. And it has been all Prince in this match so far.
Now the champion picking up Zistro here, but Zistro able to counter and drives the knee to the face of Colin. Now Zistro trying to get back into this. As you mentioned, he hasn't had a chance to really get out of the gate aside from the beginning. And now meets him with a super kick. Could this be Zistro's opportunity to become champion?
Neck with the kick flush. But no, Prince able to kick out. And now Prince fighting up to his feet. Gets caught though with the jawbreaker from Cicero, and there it is! Siberian Claymore! Siberian Claymore! Is that enough? No! Colin at the last second getting that shoulder up, and Cicero in disbelief. And now, if you're Cicero Horror, you've got to be going deep into the playbook, thinking of how to take out Colin Prince.
You gotta go for the extermination. You gotta go for more Siberian Claymores. As Colin Prince told him to get back to his feet, and Zistro Horror said, all right, let's do this one more time. Drives the forearm right into the face of Colin Prince, but Colin Prince able to fight back almost immediately.
Now we saw him connect with that elbow strike. And now, oh, wait a second, catches the other knee of Colin Prince. Able to damage both of them, but wait a second, the knee brace! Catching Zistro Horror right in the head! Huge paintbrush slap from Colin Prince, but gets caught with the calf kick. And now we see Zistro Horror looking for extermination. Hooks the knee, catches him with it, small package, 1, 2, and no! Colin Prince able to kick out at the last second.
My heart stopped for a second there, Alex. I'm not gonna lie. I honestly thought that was gonna be the moment that we crown a new champion, and it was finally gonna be Zistro's moment, but Colin Prince is denying everybody that right now.
Yeah, and right now, Colin Prince has got to be feeling like he is in the danger zone. He has got to be feeling the title slipping from his grasp, and he is trying to slow down the pace, catch his breath, do whatever it takes to put Zistro Horror away into the cover. But no, Zistro Horror still has plenty of fight left within him. As the kick to the back, but Zistro Horror powers right back up, catches the forearm, though this Prince spinning fist. It is over. Hooks the outside leg, and Colin Prince retains the Vindication World's Championship. No one kicks out of that spinning fist.
The winner of the match, and still your Vindication Heavyweight Champion, Colin Prince.
Colin Prince remains champion here tonight. And you've got to give the man credit, Chairman. He went into the cage with Zistro Horror, and what is he doing now? Colin Prince is calling for a microphone from someone out of ringside. I think Colin Prince has some words.
I mean, he honestly did all the talking already in the ring.
Wait a second! We've not heard that music in quite a long time, Chairman! MD! The leader of the Crimson Dragons! I thought this man was injured!
He honestly terminated his contract, or rather froze his contract with the CWL because he said that he was not able to compete anymore. He had to retire due to injury. What the hell is he doing here right now?
Well, he's made a beeline for the ring, and we know that Colin has been calling out the Crimson Dragons week after week, and now the Founding Father is here! MD! Red Light Special! To Colin Prince! And MD is back! And you see on his shirt, he is back for the gold! He has made his statement here tonight!
I am just speechless right now, Alex. I don't know where he came from. I don't know what he's doing here. I need to have a talk with MD about his contract.
Absolutely. But if Colin Prince thought he was done with the Crimson Dragons, I don't think he's done by a long shot. And now, we are nearly done with Gold in the Bank. The main event is upon us. We've got a BMS trying to defend his title, Connor Gates trying to win back his title, and the Golden Mask trying to win his first ever championship. It's all to play for. The gold is on the line in our main event of the evening. Chris Edwards,
working directly under the employ of one Brandon Michael Smith.
BMS with the dominance secures the Nemesis World Championship. We are now looking upon a new era of the Nemesis brand with a BMS leading the charge with Chris Edwards as his right-hand man.
I get it. You're scared of us, putting hardcore stipulations in place to try and injure us, and then ganging up on us backstage. You spilled a lot of blood, which you haven't earned. But at the pay-per-view, 3 of us, we go to war. That belt is coming home to backroom dealings, and when you're left in the middle of that ring, you will come to regret all of the games you've played up to this point.
I, the Uncas Connor Gates, have a chance to get back my Nemesis Heavyweight Championship. GM, just know that if I have to pin you to get that title back, I will. BMS, there is nothing that I won't put you through, that I won't put Golden Mask through, that I won't put myself through to get that title back. And I am coming to collect. So BMS, GM, keep your eyes peeled.
The main event of Gold in the Bank is a triple threat match for the Nemesis Heavyweight Championship. Introducing first, the challengers, weighing in at 210 pounds, from Dudley, England, Connor Gates.
Connor Gates has had a very interesting time with that Nemesis World title, as he has won it twice before in the period of the last year, but he has never... Sorry, I should rephrase. The only time he's ever successfully defended was against Chris Edwards. Now he is looking to right all his wrongs and become a 3-time Nemesis World Champion.
Representing Backroom Dealings, weighing 229 pounds, fighting out of North Carolina, the Golden Mask.
Golden Mask in the biggest match of his career. This man broke onto Nemesis with backroom dealings seemingly not even 6 months ago, Chairman. And now he has a chance to walk out of one of the biggest pay-per-views in CWL history. The first dual-branded pay-per-view of the season with the Nemesis Men's World Championship.
And here's the thing, you talk about his biggest match in history. He has been a world champion in many other promotions around the world. This is his first legitimate shot at the Nemesis World Championship here in the CWL. We know that Golden Mask always fights up to that level, but now this is his opportunity to cement that legacy here in the CWL, and not only do it for backroom dealings, but do it for himself as well. And when there's Connor Gates that you're adding into the mix, when there's BMS that you're adding into the mix, this would be a victory for Golden Mask that he can talk about for years to come.
Absolutely. The stage is set for a Golden Mask victory. But I feel like we've got 2 people that want nothing less than anything but that.
champion, weighing 242 pounds, from Scarsdale, New York, your nemesis, heavyweight champion, BMS.
As now comes the Nemesis World Champion and Chairman. We saw this person try and pull a fast one on all of the Nemesis brand at the Super Show. But Tommy Hazard forced him to face both men here tonight. Do you feel that time has caught up to BMS?
Absolutely, 100%. There's absolutely no question that it's finally caught up. This was supposed to be a one-on-one matchup between BMS and either Connor Gates or Golden Mask, but because of his buffoonery, he ended up coming out here in a triple threat match against both men. That leaves him with a much slimmer chance to walk out champion, which, you know, as champion, you don't want to do that. You don't want to put yourself in a hole right out the gate.
This is your main event, ladies and gentlemen. That is what is all for the Nemesis Men's World Championship. Connor Gates has held it before. BMS holds it now. Golden Mask has got his first shot at it. History will be made here tonight, one way or the other.
And here we go. The bell has rung. It is one fall to a finish. It is not elimination, ladies and gentlemen. So whoever managed to get that first fall is going to be walking away the Nemesis champion, as Golden Mask immediately goes after Connor Gates. And now BMS, very smart to retreat. Let the challengers do their thing, as now Connor Gates sees exactly what BMS is doing and catches him and sweeps the leg.
Yeah, taking out the head of BMS there. And we saw, to start the match, Connor Gates went straight for BMS. This is something that has become increasingly personal between these two men. Ever since BMS challenged for that title right after Endgame, Connor Gates and BMS have been locked in this rivalry. Now Connor Gates goes for neckbreaker, not quite able to get it.
Look at this, BMS trying to go in. And now Golden Mask, oh, I think he saw an opening, but took a step back to get a better angle at this.
And now the Regalplex from BMS, now lifting him up high, the power on display from BMS, and just dropping him like a sack of hot rocks. BMS right now, currently taking control of this match, targeting the arms of both men.
As now, look at this. Golden Mask has been eliminated from the equation. We see Connor Gates go for that DDT to BMS. And now all he has to do is turn up the heat, because one code bled could do the trick. Going into the cover here, Alex. 2. Oh, very close to being a 2 count.
Only a 2. Well, not even a 2 count, rather. Just yet. It's going to take a lot to unseat BMS as a world champion. This isn't his first time at the dance. He won his first Nemesis World Champion by a triple threat and nearly was about to retain, but Connor had the BM special scouted, and now the neckbreaker almost with an assisted elbow drop as well by Golden Mask. Connor Gates has maybe neutralized BMS for the time being.
And now look at this, Connor Gates going after Golden Mask. We saw them successfully team up last week in what was supposed to be a triple threat match, but it may as well have been a handicap match here, Alex.
Absolutely, as they both had their beef with Chris Edwards. And now this one spills to the outside, but Connor Gates realizes he can only win this match in the ring. Going after BMS. BMS sends him into the corner. Not able to get what he's going for there. Instead, blocks the punch, connects with one of his own, and we're seeing it already. Dominus getting locked in. Golden Mask, though, right there to break things up.
That was exactly what Golden Mask needed to do. Connor Gates in trouble, as now Golden Mask going into the cover.
Into the cover, hooked both arms, but no, not able to get it off the Dragon Suplex. And this is Golden Mask's moment. Connor Gates and BMS both down on the mat in front of him. He needs to capitalize here, but BMS not even giving him the opportunity. Instead, though, we see him connecting Christ's Wrath from the Golden Mask.
Now the Golden Mask going into the corner here. Could we see that running knee strike that has been absolutely devastating on Nemesis? It connects to the champion into the cover.
1, 2, and Golden Mask got the title. Just like that Golden Mask is the new World Champion on Nemesis.
The winner of the match and your new Nemesis Heavyweight Champion, the Golden Mask.
Golden Mask just needed just one shining knee to walk out with the championship, and now the 24-karat man has some gold. That's going to be all for CWL from Gold in the Bank. I've been Alexander Shaw. I've been joined by the chairman. We thank all of you for watching, and we bid you a very farewell adieu.